Check this out. Everybody. Check it out.
Last time on the YTV Retrospective, Brad discussed the history of anime that aired on YTV over the years. From the early years showing shows like Samurai Pizza Cats and Sailor Moon, to the cute and cuddly shows like Hello Kitty and Hamtaro, to merchandise-driven shows like Metabots and Beyblade, to even obscure shows like Power Stone and Pretty Cure. In the second chapter of his quest, what anime tale will Brad look up this time? Find out today on the YTV Retrospective.
In 1980, a man by the name of Akira Toriyama would create the world of Penguin Island with the series Dr. Slump. While the very successful series was wrapping up in 1984, he created a series that would take a loose spin on a story based in Chinese mythology, called Journey to the West. What Akira Toriyama came up with became a legend that became one of the most well-known anime and manga series of all time. This is the legend of Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball was about the tale of a boy named Son Goku, a boy with the tail of a monkey who lived out in the countryside alone amongst the animals and a 4-starred orb. He runs to the car of a girl by the name of Bulma, daughter of a leading scientist of Capsule Corp. She is searching for 7 stones of power and tells Goku the legend of Shenron, a powerful dragon that is summoned by gathering 7-starred stones known as Dragon Balls, and when used, can grant a user a single wish. With Bulma wanting to wish on the dragon for a great boyfriend. Goku tags along as he has the 4-starred ball, and the two set off on adventures finding strange people, including the Ox King and his daughter Chi-Chi, the shape-shifting Oolong, the bandit Yamcha, and a shape-shifting Cap Huar, and a perverted old mentor by the name of Kame Sennin. Over time, the series focused a little less on the Dragon Ball gathering and the comedic aspects, as it was evolving into a series based around the martial arts, but kept the core of the series intact, which was the adventure. Taking on foes including the Pilaf gang, led by Emperor Pilaf, the Red Ribbon Army, and the Demon King Piccolo. There were many dubs of Dragon Ball that would air in North America, as the first one was dubbed by the dubbing studio behind Robotech, Harmony Gold, which didn't last long, with many characters renamed, including Goku, now named Zero, and Whiskers the Wonder Cat. What were they thinking? One thing that stood out from the Harmony Gold dub was the renaming of Kame Sennin into the Wise Master Roshi, a name that is still used to this very day. Now you're probably wondering, what kind of dub did we get in Canada? That wasn't exactly the first one we got. Our first dub premiered on March 16th, 1996, on YTV's Brainwash. Dragon Ball, gotta find that Dragon Ball. Don't stop until... Our first dub came from an up-and-coming dubbing studio in Texas that went by the name of Funimation Entertainment, in association with BLT Productions, who co-produced the first season of Reboot, and Ocean Productions in Vancouver, British Columbia. The head of Funimation, Gen Fukunaga, fought tooth and nail to get the rights for Dragon Ball over here, and for the most part, it was the original point of the company's existence. They dubbed the first 13 episodes of the series, as well as the first movie, Curse of the Blood Rubies. The episodes were obviously censored as well. The dub cast includes Saffron Henderson as Goku, Melania Lindbergh as Bulma.
Bulma? Yeah, Bulma. What's so funny about that?
Ted Cole as Yamcha, Alec Willows as Oolong, Kathy Morse as Puar, Michael Donovan as Master Roshi.
Oh, hush up, will you? Can't a master take a small break from training and have a little fun?
Andrea Libman as Chi-Chi, and Doug Parker as Shenron, just to name a few. However, in Canada and the US, it didn't quite catch on, and wasn't fit for the US market, seeing how it was airing in syndication on multiple local networks. It was having a similar problem that Sailor Moon was having at the time. However, those episodes in the movie were available on VHS and at one point DVD. But the rights have been in limbo for quite some time, when Lionsgate didn't renew them after picking up the distributor of the VHS, Trimark Pictures. Dragon Ball was cancelled after the 13 episodes aired, but they decided to experiment with its sequel series in 1996. And what happened was a stroke of genius. Dragon Ball Z continues the story of Goku, now grown up along with his son Gohan and his wife Chi-Chi, and his friends Krillin, Piccolo, and Tien and Chaozu, facing a large number of adversaries, including the Saiyan Prince Vegeta, the ruthless alien dictator Frieza, the android from an alternate future Cell, and the pink blob Majin Buu, breaking boundaries and even the sound barrier. This was the series to turn the franchise on its head back in 1989, from Goku learning that he was an alien, to the idea of the legendary power known as Super Saiyan. Fast-paced martial arts was the name of the game in this series, and became a staple for the franchise since. When people think of Dragon Ball, Z is the first series that comes to mind, and for good reason. The first dub for Dragon Ball Z in Canada was a co-production of Funimation Entertainment and Saban Entertainment, with the dub produced by Ocean Productions once again, also including background music done by Shuki Levy, casting many familiar names at the heart of it. Among the cast was Ian James Corlett as the voice of adult Goku and Master Roshi, Saffron Henderson as Gohan, Scott McNeil as Piccolo, Brian Drummond as Vegeta and Yajirobe, Matt Hill as Tien Shinhan, Pauline Newstone as Frieza, and Richard Newman as Captain Ginyu, just to name a few. Also, yes, this was the first dub where this was first shouted.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9,000! What, 9,000?
And it provided with many of the well-known names for techniques, primarily the Special Beam Cannon. This dub aired in Canada and the United Kingdom, and it was successful in both countries. Sadly though, they only dubbed 53 edited down episodes, and the first 3 movies: Dead Zone, The World's Strongest, and Tree of Might. The episodes were heavily censored, with any mention of death removed and replaced with the next dimension, and hell is changed to Hiffle? The home for infinite losers. This dub also aired in America in syndication for a while, until it found a home on a small, up-and-coming action block on Cartoon Network in 1998, called Toonami. After the 53 episodes were done and rerun on Toonami, the dub was changed from the staff at Ocean Productions to the in-house team at Funimation, having the most well-known cast in North America. Having a cast including Sean Schemmel as Goku and King Kai, Sonny Strait as Krillin, Mike McFarlane as Master Roshi, Linda Young as Frieza, Tiffany Vollmer as Bulma, and Chris Sabat as Vegeta, Piccolo, and Yamcha, and Recoome, and Jace, and Shenron. The music this time around was done by Bruce Faulkner. Saban criticized the Funimation dub as they tried too hard to replicate the actors of the Ocean dub. It also didn't help that a looming governmental body was watching the show like a hawk to make sure that it follows their guidelines for Canadian content. However, it did get praise for the fact that the censorship was gone. Because of all those factors, Saban decided to ditch Dragon Ball Z entirely. Fine, you guys get to keep Dragon Ball Z. We have our own martial arts property that we can merchandise. Oh. We did get the Funimation dub on YTV, however it aired to a certain point, around the time of the Cell Saga. To make up for the Canadian content aspect of things, Westwood Media stepped in to continue the Ocean dub from where Funimation left off, and stuck with it for the rest of the series' 291 episodes. So, around the Cell Game Saga, all the way through the Majin Buu Saga. Between the original Saban dub and the Westwood continuation, Goku went through multiple voice actors, from Ian James Corlett, to Peter Kalamis, Sean Schemmel,
Gohan, listen very carefully. You must leave this planet now and take Piccolo with you. Got it?
then finally Kirby Morrow.
Sure, I'm gonna regret this, but this is no time to be conserving energy.
One of the most interesting casting choices when Westwood was brought on was casting Dale Wilson, the man from GLAD, as Cell and Kami.
Glad. Depend on it.
It even had a new opening too, made in Canada. It wasn't Rock the Dragon, but close enough. And so, Dragon Ball Z ended in Canada in 2004. However, the series would continue on, and in an interesting choice, back to the beginning. The second dub for Dragon Ball is the one that became the more well-known of the two original series dubs in Canada. This was the Blue Water dub, which was recorded by Blue Water Group, a secondary studio for Ocean Productions in Calgary, Alberta. They dubbed the entire series after the success of Z. This dub was produced by AB Group, who previously did dubs for Dragon Ball Z's movies. And I'll just let those speak for themselves.
Answer me. Who are you?
It's Big Green!
Let that child alone.
Well, at least it can go up from there. This dub was shared between Canada and the UK, and it was a success. The dub was a complete recast from the ground up, including Zoe Suslar's Goku,
We can take the Nimbus,
What is this Nimbus?
the cloud I'm on.
Lita Davies as Bulma,
There. Now make like a nice bunny and hop on back to your hole.
Mike Thiessen as Krillin,
Only looked at the magazine one time, I swear.
Mike Shepard as King Piccolo and Kami, Steve Olsen as the narrator,
Find out on the next Dragon Ball.
and Dean Galloway as Master Roshi. The acting was a bit...
It was given to me by my teacher, Roshi. Why'd you do that?
wooden at times, but it was trying to be its own dub, not having to rely on the same techniques in acting as what came before, though sometimes reading the same dialogue as Funimation's dub note for note. The series also got a new theme to boot. Rather than using this, we got exactly what France had. Definitely an odd opening for an action-adventure series such as this one. The fact that this dub made it through the entire series of 153 episodes is a pretty good achievement in of itself. Having a good amount of episodes with a long rerun life, from 8 PM at night just before the final series of our adventure, or in the very early mornings, Dragon Ball found its place in Canada, and with a fresh Canadian cast to boot. The final series of our adventure aired in 2004, and kept the Blue Water voice cast. This was none other than Dragon Ball GT.
Step into the Grand Tour. Grand Tour, Dragon Ball GT.
No, but seriously, let me show you how Canada did it. Much better. We kept the Japanese opening background music and ending theme, to an extent, having new lyrics to the opening and the ending theme being an instrumental. Also, we have the same singers from the Blue Water Dragon Ball opening too. After the events of Z, Goku is accidentally turned to a kid by the Pilaf gang, and must seek the Black Star Dragon Balls in 1 year's time, or else the Earth will face extinction.
The man is a boy again.
On this adventure, we find an older Trunks, and a young stowaway in Pan,
Oh, no! This is some kind of joke! You can't be my grandpa!
to fight aliens and retrieve the Black Star Dragon Balls. Dragon Ball GT ran from beginning to end in Canada and the UK, even though oddly enough, Funimation started the series at the beginning of the Baby arc, with the recap of everything before as the first episode. The reason was they wanted to start off the series with a sense of action, following the success of Z. The beginning arc wouldn't appear until after the show ran its course, advertised as The Lost Episodes. GT also aired on YTV with similar hours and pretty good rerun life on Friday nights and in the early mornings. This was the finale to Dragon Ball with its original run, and it was definitely an odd one, having some good concepts like Baby and the Shadow Dragons, and not having the best executions for them. Though Super Saiyan 4 was pretty cool, and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta was even better. The Blue Water dub of the series would keep many of the actors from their dub of Dragon Ball, with a couple of recasts for a few, including Jeremiah Yerk as adult Goku in Super Saiyan 4 Goku,
He won't get too far.
and Dan Gascon as adult Krillin. It's a shame that both the Blue Water dubs of the original series and GT have been lost to time, with no physical release whatsoever. The only way of watching both series now would be through the Funimation box sets using their cast. And that was the end of Dragon Ball's history in Canada. Or was it?
Fight with courage, fight with honor, fight on Dragon Ball Z.
We almost got a dub of Dragon Ball Z Kai, produced by Ocean Productions, the edited-down remaster of Dragon Ball Z, mainly to remove the filler content so it could follow the manga better. In terms of cast, it would have Scott McNeil and Brian Drummond reprising Piccolo and Vegeta, and new voices including Richard Ian Cox as Goku and Lee Tokara as Frieza. This dub was made for the Canadian International broadcast, but there was apparently no one interested in airing it. It's Dragon Ball. And no one was interested in it? Despite the fact that it was airing in America on 2 networks? 2! So, the whole dub is just sitting there on a hard drive somewhere, collecting dust. It is now sadly considered lost media, having all but the final chapters completed with this dub, but never seen the light of day. WoW Unlimited Media, the current owners of Mainframe Studios, actually had an interest in picking up the series in 2018, on a TV channel they were developing, but both it and the channel never came to be. And that is where Canada's tale with Dragon Ball actually ends. Even though the Canadian dub came and went, it wasn't forgotten in the fandom. Far from it. This was an iconic staple when it comes to the anime that aired on YTV, and many would watch during after school, Saturday mornings, in the early mornings at around 5 or 6 a.m., or near the evenings. There were some that haven't even forgot about it at the professional level, especially Funimation. When Dragon Ball Z Kai was broadcasted on Nicktoons, they included this infamous quote,
Vegeta! What does the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9,000! What? 9,000?!
Funimation then released the Rock the Dragon Collector set, which included the 53 original broadcasted episodes and the trimmed down versions of the first 3 movies, including the edited 3-part version of Tree of Might. And in the dub of Dragon Ball Super, a doppelganger Vegeta was voiced by somebody familiar.
I feel the same way, Kakarot, but unfortunately this fight will be our last.
That's right, it was Brian Drummond reprising his role. Do you want to know how big Dragon Ball was in Canada? In 2008, to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the channel, YTV played an episode of a retro show every night of 1 week, calling it Retro Week. What was one of the shows they did for one of those days? It was none other than the first episode of Dragon Ball Z. When the new movies for Dragon Ball Z, Battle of Gods and Resurrection F, and even Dragon Ball Super Broly were announced for a North American release, there were screenings announced for Canada, and I actually got to participate in each one. Who knows, with another Dragon Ball Super movie announced in 2022, it might be another great movie that we can see on the big screen. Dragon Ball has made an impact around the world, and Canada is no exception. One of the big 3 in anime, and one of the big 3 of anime on YTV, with Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball, and one other show we'll be talking about later. It is an iconic anime franchise, and I'm glad that YTV was at the forefront of bringing Dragon Ball to a larger audience. When we come back, we're going to be taking a look at another anthology, as we face the trials of giant robots and their pilots, the terrors of war, and the savior of its franchise, Model Kits!
Next time on the YTV Retrospective.